Blessed morning, kids. Our subject for today is English 2. We are in Q3 Week 4. Our topic is about identifying important details in expository text listened to. And the objective for this topic is to identify the important details in expository text listened. Before we are going to begin our lesson, let me give first recognition to the one who wrote this module from the Division of Parañaque. Thank you so much. I have here questions for you. Who among you likes to read a story? Do you know that in every story, there are details? These details are pieces of information found in the story. The question words who, what, when, where, why, and how help us find important information in a story. By asking questions, you also learn to be critical. It causes you to think of other things you still might want to know. So it is said here that in a story, in order for us to know the details, we are going to use the WH question, such as who, what, when, where, why, and how. It also helps us to be or to widen our way of thinking, to know what we really want to know about the story that we're going to read or the story that we are watching. Okay. Okay, I have here examples. Number 1, we use who to ask about persons. Example, who likes to read books? Okay, let's try to use this in the Three Little Pigs story. Okay, in the Three Little Pigs story, you can also ask, who are the characters in the story? Okay, number 2, we use what to ask information about something. Example, what is your favorite food? Or again in the story, you can ask, what are the materials they use to build their houses? Number 3, we use when to ask about a time of an event. Example, when was she born? Let's use again the Three Little Pigs story. You can also ask, when was the story happen? Okay, number 4. We use where to ask about places. Example, where do they spend their free time? Or in the story, you can ask, where did they build their houses? Number 5. We use why to ask questions or to ask about reasons. Example, why did you get 0 in the test? Or in the story, why did the house that is made up of straw easily break when the wolf blew it? Or it can be, why did the house that is made up of bricks stood still when the wolf blew it? And last number we use how to ask about the manner or quality or condition. Example, how did you go to work? Or you can ask, how did they survive from the wolf in the story? How did the 3 pigs survive from the wolf in the story? Okay, I have here exercise for you. Note the details about the short story below and answer the questions that follow by encircling the letter of the correct answer. Here is the short story. You listen carefully because afterwards you're going to answer questions. Due to quarantine, Ben is already bored staying in the house for a long time. So, his father decided to have a camping with him and with his brother outside their house. They set up a tent and had a campfire. They had cooked some hot dogs and marshmallows. Then, they went to sleep in the tent. During the night, Ben woke up 3 times. At midnight, he woke up because he heard his dad snoring. At 3 a.m., he woke up again because he felt an insect crawling in her face. 1 hour later, he woke up again because he got thirsty. Now, let me see if you understand the short story that I've read. Number 1, where did Ben's brother, and their dad go for camping? Is it A, in the mountains, B, on the beach, C, outside their house? That's great. They have their camping outside their house. Number 2, what did they cook? What did they cook? A, hamburgers, B, hot dogs and marshmallows, C, eggs. Correct. Hot dogs and marshmallows. Number 3, where did the 3 of them sleep? Where did the 3 of them sleep? A, in a cabin, B, in a tent, or C, in a hammock? Very good. In a tent. Number 4, how many times did Ben wake up? A, 2 times, B, 3 times, C, 4 times. Very good. 3 times. Last number, why did Ben wake up at midnight? Is it A, he heard his dad snoring, B, he felt a bug on his face, or C, he got thirsty? The answer is very good. Because he heard his dad snoring. Okay, read the recipe and answer the questions given below. Write your answer on the space provided. Anna and her older sister are planning to surprise their mother on her 45th birthday. They want to dine at their favorite restaurant, but it isn't possible since Parañaque is still under general community quarantine. So, they decided to cook pancit canton for their mother. Here's the recipe and instructions on how to make pancit canton. Now, here are the ingredients in making pancit canton. 2 lbs or 2 pounds uncooked canton noodles, 4 cups sliced mixed veggies such as cabbage, carrots, bell peppers, and green onions, 1 lb or 1 pound lean pork cut into a very small pieces, 1/2 cup of cooking oil, 1 onion minced, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 6 cloves garlic crushed, 1 pork bouillon cube, and 6 cups water. Now, after knowing the ingredients, let's now move on to the instructions on how to cook pancit canton. First, saute the garlic and onion, then add the meat and let it cook for 2 minutes. Next, add the water and the bouillon cube to the meat and bring to a low simmer. Number 3, add the vegetables and cook for 5 to 10 minutes. Last, we have to add the uncooked pancit canton noodles. Simmer over low heat until the noodles soak up all the broth. Now, after knowing the plan of Anna and her sister about how they are going to cook pancit canton and learning the ingredients and their instructions, let us now answer these questions. Number 1, who will celebrate her 45th birthday? Correct. Their mother. What is the first step to do in cooking pancit canton based on the instructions given? Very good. You're going to saute the garlic and onion first, then add the meat and let it cook for 2 minutes. Next, how many pounds of uncooked pancit canton noodles or canton noodles will be needed? Very good. It's 2 lbs or 2 pounds of uncooked canton noodles. Number 4, how many minutes do they need to cook the vegetables? The answer is, that's great, 5 to 10 minutes. Last number we have, why they cannot dine in at their favorite restaurant? Very good. They can't dine in their favorite restaurant because Parañaque is still under general community quarantine. Now, for our Let's Try, read the short news article below and answer the following questions that follows. Here is the article. The coronavirus or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019. On 30th of January 2020, the Philippine Department of Health reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country with a 38-year-old female Chinese national. On March 7, the first local transmission of COVID-19 was confirmed. WHO working closely with the Department of Health responding to the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, after listening to the article, I will give you 5 seconds to answer each question. The first question is, what is coronavirus disease or COVID-19? What is coronavirus disease or COVID-19? Number 2, who is the first reported case of COVID-19 in the Philippines? Who is the first reported case of COVID-19 in the Philippines? Number 3, when was the first local transmission of COVID-19? When was the first local transmission of COVID-19? Number 4, where was the outbreak of COVID-19 began? Where was the outbreak of COVID-19 began? Last number, who reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country? Who reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country? For our last activity, your goal is to interview your parents or older siblings in your home and to note important details about COVID-19. Okay, you read your roles, your audience, who are supposed to be your audience, and the situation is you wanted to get information from your parents or older siblings about the current situation on the pandemic. You prepare questions and act as an interviewer. Okay. Using a short bond paper, write 5 WH questions about COVID-19 that you want to ask from your parents or older siblings. Write your answers next the questions. Okay, here's the format. You write your name, grade and section, questions in the first column, and in the second column, you write your corresponding answer about the questions. Okay, if you're done with your let's create and let's evaluate, you can screenshot or you can picture it or have it pictured and send it to our Messenger GC. Goodbye, children.